Welcome to I Am One. I am Daemon, the wittress of this house, and I'm glad that you're here. Tonight I wanted to come on real quick and I wanted to do kind of a show and tell with you. I've recently started working with different entities or daemons, and um, I decided I wanted to get some either oracle cards or some tarot cards, and I got two sets that just came. They were just delivered today. So I thought I would open them up and I would share them with you. The first one is called, let me get it here. It's called The Daemon Tarot. It's by Ariana Osborne. Original illustrations by Louis Breton, from Jacques Auguste Simon Colin Duplancy's Dictionnaire Infernal. This is what the book looks like. Sorry for the glare. Here we go. This is what the book looks like, and it came in this box set. The box set looks really, really cool. Here's the, sorry. I tried not to do all this on camera, and here I am doing it all on camera. But anyway, I want you to see the whole box. So let me see if I can pull it out. Here we go. Okay, there's the tray, but I want to get the other box. This comes with the book and the cards. It is a tarot deck, but it's not like the Rider-Waite. So it's not, this demon represents the knight of something or the major arcana. It's not like that, but it does have the daemons in here. So here's the box itself. And this is the book that comes with the cards. And then here are the cards themselves. So inside it's got the two trays, and it has the cards split up in half, and half in one side, half in the other. This is the back of the cards. Le cartes infernales. And then there are the demons. And so it's I don't want to say it's like all Ars Goetia demons, because there's some in here that I have not seen before. Not that I'm an expert on the Ars Goetia, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying the few that I have seen, some of the cards that are in here I have not. Here's one, Gomori. And then we have Amdusius. I'm sure you all have seen these. Here's my guy, Lucifer. I started working with Lucifer. And if you would have asked me a year or two ago, would I consider working with the demon, let alone start working with one, I'd say absolutely not. I started working with him back in September, and it has been a pleasant surprise, I will say. Growing up in the church, we were, told to fear and stay away from, and don't go down that path. And it has been everything except the fear that has been taught to me all my life. And so, while this card represents Lucifer and it gives you a little detail about him, I'm loving him. Not so much the cards, but I'm loving him. Here's what I do like about this deck, or about this box set, is the book itself. The book has each of the cards. Oops. So this one is Lucifer. So it has each of the demons in the card. But what it also has, like on here, just tells you what the grimoire would normally say about the demon itself. But in the book tells you a little bit about the demon. And then it gives you the author's interpretation of the card. And then it gives you divination. So for Lucifer, so here's the page for Lucifer in the book. So the same card. I really like the book. I think I would use the book more than the cards, but the book itself, I like how the picture is in there, but it kind of dresses it up a little bit. But then it gives you the annotation, and it tells you a little bit, just a brief summary. It doesn't go in detail. It doesn't tell you about the aspects. It doesn't tell you what day, what cardinal, if it's north, south, east, west. It doesn't tell you if it likes incense or how you summon her. It doesn't give you any of that. It's just a very, very brief summary of the demon, and then it gives you the inspiration based on Colin Duplancy's interpretation, and then it gives you the divination. So if you were to pull the card, if you were asking the cards a question for the day and you pulled the card Lucifer, the divination for this card says, focus on finding sympathy and understanding for those with whom there is no agreement, even enemies. So if you had a question about, you have to face somebody today and you want it to go well, but you can't stand this person, how do I go about dealing with that person today? If you were to pull the Lucifer card, the divination would tell you that. Try to find sympathy and understanding, even with someone you don't agree with. You may not find agreement with, you may not appreciate, or you may not like, or you may not get along with very well, but today you got to deal with that person. So here's the divination for that card. That's this deck. I was trying to find a deck, a demonology deck, or a book or tarot deck, mainly dealing with Lucifer. I was trying to find more information and learn more about Lucifer. And while I'm learning and establishing a relationship right now, I still would like to know more. And I know experience is, the best teacher, but you also want to be as prepared as you can be going into a situation, a relationship, or something like that. And so the more you can arm yourself or have more information and even try to protect yourself, I think is better. And so while this deck didn't really do what I thought it would, in one hand, the other hand, it kind of does. So again, I think I would deal more with the book than the cards, but I also like the cards just for the fact that we have a picture and it does give a brief summary, if not all the aspects and specific information we want to know in working with them and dealing with them. So that is my first show. Let me get this away. And then there's another one that I want to share. Okay. Back in November, I think it was the 16th, that night was dedicated to Hekataen or Hekataen, whichever pronunciation you use. And while I have not necessarily wanted to work with Hekataen or Hekataen, I thought for that night, since it's dedicated to her, I would participate in the ritual and the recognition of her. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos about her and Lilith and some of the other goddesses, and very interesting. But I didn't want to jump on the Hekataen bandwagon because everybody else was on the bandwagon. I wanted to be led to it, or felt like there was something that I can gain from trying to start a relationship with her, or at least getting to know, getting more information about her. There's one goddess that I do work with from the Egyptian pantheon, and that is Sekhmet. Sekhmet, that's my girl. Sekhmet, she stands for justice. She comes in and she brings balance. She rights the wrongs and all of that. I like Sekhmet, which I think was another reason why I wasn't really interested in trying to seek out any other goddess or feminine energy. And I think it just goes back to that Christian mindset where there's only one God, there's only one that you can serve, and there should be any other. So trying to get all of that out. makes you feel some kind of way when you're still trying to get over that teaching that's been ingrained in you for so many years. So after doing the night to Hekate or Hekate, I'm not sure which way I want to go, so that's why I keep saying both. I thought that was pretty cool. I had my candles and everything, just like the group was doing, and I had it all set up. I set up a little altar for her, and it's still set up. I'm not doing anything elaborate, but I kind of felt a connection that night, at least a connection where I introduced myself. And I think in a way she introduced herself to me, or she opened the door for me that if I wanted to go deeper, I can. So I thought while I'm getting, trying to get cards to get a little more information about the Daemons and specifically Lucifer, I would see if I could find some tarot cards or oracle cards for Hekate. And I found this oracle of the Hekataen path. It's by Kenn, Payne, and Butler. It comes with a little book, and again, it's an oracle deck, so it's not like the tarot. It's more like inspiration. You know how oracle decks are more like inspiration than anything else. So it was funny while I was I pulled out my Palo Santo and I was cleansing the cards, both decks, and I started shuffling and I pulled a card just to see what that card would say, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious to me. It's hilarious, and I'll explain why. I'm part of the Patreon on Aradia's from Aradia's channel, and yesterday she did the card of the week pull, and the card that I picked, she had one card, 2 card 3, and I picked card 1, and card 1 was dealing with desire, and it was explaining about desire and sensual desire and different things like that. And the card that I pulled from this oracle deck was card number 22, and the name on this card is Erotica, bearer of love, and desires is the word, the key word at the bottom. So I thought, to me, that was hilarious because yesterday's card of the week that I pulled dealt with desire and your sexuality and things like that. But to pull this, get this deck, and the first card that I pull is dealing with desires, I just thought that was pretty funny. And yet, pretty interesting. So I want to read, since I'm showing and telling, this is card number 2. I want to read what this one is saying to us. 22. Desires. Oh, and the other cool thing about this book, it's in 5 languages. It's in English, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, and I believe this is Russian. Correct me if I'm wrong. The last one right here, I think that's Russian. Russian, maybe German. I'm not sure. Of course, it doesn't give me the name of the. Oh, okay. Anyway, I read English, so let me just read it in English. It says, let me get to the correct language. Bearer of love, desires. So here's the reading for this one. The ancients were as likely to petition Hekate for matters of love as any other in her remit. And this is illustrated in the Greek magical papyri, a collection of spells, formula, hymns, and rituals dating from the 100s BCE to 400 CE, capable of affecting change and instilling interaction. Hekate can bring to us what we desire. All who are touched by the sparks of desire are pulled along in the flaming train of eroticia, which kind of goes along with the reading that we had yesterday for card number 1, which dealt with desire. So I thought that was pretty cool. I like this deck. I have to say, I'm going to show you a couple other cards just so you can see the pretty a little bigger, but pretty standard for Oracle cards, I think. This one is called Unity. Helios Pire, Sacred Fire. These cards are really cool. They are very, not just picturesque, but I think without even reading the little booklet, you can get a lot from it and get, I believe, answer a question or help get you in the right direction just by looking at the card itself. The book itself does help if you can't really figure it all out, or you still want to make sure you're on the right track or path. But these cards really look cool. This is number 29 is the new moon card, and this says beginnings. Sorry. Really cool. Let's see, get a couple others. Number 44, Asteria, which is dreams. These cards are really pretty. Number 42, Aconite, which is death. Sorry for the glare. I'm trying to help you see it really well. It's about as good as we're gonna get. Number 2 card. Oh wow. Pamator, Mother of All, nurturing is the key word for this card. 14, Lena the Lioness, strength. So that's just some of the cards in the deck. Of the two, I think this is going to be my go-to as far as getting more acquainted with Hekataen or getting messages from her as I delve deeper into knowing who she is and letting her into my life. But yeah, so I just wanted to come on really quickly and briefly and share some new goodies that I just got today. So I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great week. Have a good night, because I'm about to shut it down. Have a good night. Have a good week, the rest of the week, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace and blessings to you all.